This is All Day. You're watching AU Dollars. Shit was bittersweet, but we can't taste the better. Fuck them other rappers.
What up, Cash fam? My name is Matthew Craig, and you are tuned in to AU Dollars, Australia's Hip Hop Connect. You already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good shit down below. You want to be supporting independent creators out here. We are at Marshall Street Studios on Wurundjeri land, and I got a very special guest here with me today, the one and only All Day Chubby Boy. How we doing, my brother?
Good. What an intro.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
How you going?
Good, man. Yourself?
Very well.
You're doing the interview now, right?
Yeah.
How's me?
So, let me ask you.
Good to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm finally here.
Been a minute?
Yeah.
Down at the digs, and a new EP out.
New EP, yeah.
Excuse
It's
me?
called Excuse Me.
How we feeling?
So hyped, man. Yeah, it's just good to be... It was easy to do, to be honest.
Yep.
Just because I'm rapping and rap singing.
Yeah.
And didn't have to think too hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's when the best music comes.
Yeah, for real, for real. Back in your rapping bag?
I'm back in my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because my last album, for people who don't know, was like guitar stuff.
Switch it up.
Which like, it was fucking hard actually. Like I was learning all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And we were recording on old gear and like mixing it on a
That's
desk
cool.
instead of a computer. Yeah, then you bring it back and like combine it all in a big soup.
Yeah, because there's still a few of those elements on the new EP as well. You can hear them sonically.
The singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you approach it differently when you're creative, different stuff, or is it the same sort of routine?
I probably like when I was making that guitar stuff, I was listening to like Oasis and all that kind of guitar music. I was like, hey, what do they talk about? What do they say?
Yeah.
And I was kind of copying that. And if I'm rapping, I just say whatever.
Yeah, but been a big journey, man. Like, I was reflecting on it. I was reflecting, going back to the discography. I mean, like, the last 10 years watching Australian hip-hop go to the level it has and seeing yourself as someone who early on was this young kid making music is now somehow a bit of a young OG. How's it been to watch the scene move and grow around you in a similar sort of time frame to yourself?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, like, to think about 10 years ago. So I dropped my first shit, like, if you look at my Spotify, the first one's like 2013, but I was doing it in 2012.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
So that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, like, it was a different place, right? So there was like, the Triple J sound, which was like poppy boom bap, and then there was like the underground sound. There wasn't much like modern sounding shit.
Yeah.
And there was a time when there was people doing it, but like it hadn't, like even 2012, there was people doing like modern sounding shit.
Yeah.
That
Just didn't have an audience.
It wasn't popular.
Yeah.
And I liked that stuff, and I tried to bring it into my music. But I also at the time was like, I have to make it sound a bit like this other stuff. So I remember like holding my sound back then,
Okay,
just to be like, I've actually got to fit into the scene a little bit.
That's cool. Did you know what was to come?
I hoped, I'm just to look at the scene now. It's like, wow, dude, we're actually all right now.
Yeah.
But we were pretty pissed poor for a while. There's always been good rappers though.
Yeah.
There's always been good rappers, but like musically, there's been some dry spells.
Yeah, but it's certainly coming to fruition now, and you can see like the waves being made overseas.
Yeah, I mean, when I basically got bored of rapping because I felt like I was in that maybe like 2017. I was like, oh, I'm better than everyone else here.
Oh, the comments gonna go wild for this.
And I basically got bored of it.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to America for a couple of years, and when I came back, I honestly had tuned out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was stupidly. And by the time I came back, I was like, there was all these people who I hadn't known before I left who were incredible.
Yeah.
So there was like, the 1-4s and all that kind of stuff. TK had fully stepped up.
Yep.
111. Like there's a million people now.
And you come back, you're like, whoa, this is different.
I'm like, whoa, this whole thing is like international now.
Yeah. That's cool.
Obviously Kid Laroi.
Yeah. One of my favorite things watching you when you went over the States and doing that Sway in the Morning, bro. Like was that like a legacy moment for you?
That was one of those moments where I was like, bro, if someone came and just shot me in the head or whatever.
I've done this. Like.
Yeah. It's like, whatever, bro, I did that shit.
Yeah. Any other moments along the journey that stand out to you, man? You've done some pretty cool stuff.
You know, like just like some big festival moments where you're just like, oh, this is actually going all right, you know. So like, the Veronicas 2019, we did like a trap. We remixed our Untouched.
Yep.
Gave it like 808s and like trap drums
Crazy.
and had them sing it, and I added like a verse to it.
Man, the Veronicas like Renaissance. Like I feel like they're popping everywhere, always, constantly.
Yeah, but people just like them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Heck, you not.
Yeah, you make a couple like classic songs. It's not easy to do.
For real.
Yeah.
And the new project, excuse me, let's dive into that a bit. I really like that you're back in your rapping bag, but mixing stuff up. And I like that the sonic sort of, the narrative direction that you're going, man, in terms of just that reflection. What was your headspace when you were creating this project?
Honestly, like it's just a few different, like I wasn't crafting it like
a project.
I was just going, here's a couple songs. Like,
yeah.
Because, as I was saying to you before, I work in my bedroom like all the time these days. So like I just have all these songs sitting there that are like half finished or whatever. And I feel like these days it's like people just want to hear more shit more often.
Yeah.
So that's probably my plan at the moment. Like instead of like make them wait 2 years for an album, I'll just give them more shit more often.
Keep dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, such. I like that. Any favorite tracks off the EP?
The new one, I like Crazy Trees.
Yep.
It's just like one I made like just honestly like if the thing dropped like a week and a half ago, then it was made like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, crazy.
Just like I was
quick
like,
turnaround.
Because sometimes it's fun just to like make something in the moment and just like get it out there. I know
instant
like,
response to it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So like music, and like people listening who make music will know. If you have to wait the like 2 months of like pitching or whatever, it's like, bro, I just want to give people something.
Yeah, do you feel a bit of freedom now? Like, because I guess you've played the label thing and the whole major albums and all that you got to wait. You create something, it takes so long before the release, and now you've got that freedom to sort of drop. Does it feel like the early days again for you?
Yeah, being independent, I'm enjoying right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's nice to have someone else like sitting in the little office, being like, how can we sell old age music or whatever? But like they never actually do that properly anyway. They always fuck it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like 99 times out of 100.
Let's be real.
And like most of the time they tell you how to do social media, but they've never done it.
Yeah.
And they don't like really know what they're talking about. And then they, you worry about your music when you go home at night. Like it's your life, right?
Exactly. They switch off.
Yeah, they switch off, which they're allowed to do. It's just their job. But like, yeah, the label situation is just, I love being off a label.
Yeah,
That's my shit because I'd rather have my shit be like, get like a couple million but I drop it and I make all the money.
Yeah,
then like 10 million and like I'd make none of the money.
And how the fans responded to you being back on the rapping thing?
I think they like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, won't say. And some shows coming up, bro? Gonna hit the road?
Yes, we're doing we're calling it early Christmas present tour, November, December.
Okay.
About 14, 15 joints, regional. Nice. Frankston, that doesn't really count as regional, but apparently.
Frankston, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. And then Queensland, there's a bunch of dates up there.
Yeah, a bunch of dates. Queensland, Canberra, Hobart.
You just timed that to go get some sun, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go surfing.
Yeah, nice. And the UK, how was the UK earlier this year?
It was cool. Yeah, I mean, like I didn't know I knew there was like 3 people, but I didn't realize that was like that was people to come to the show.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, so that was a nice. I've been specifically told not to say it was a nice surprise by my manager, but it was. Okay. It was a nice surprise.
It was a nice surprise.
He's like, he makes it look like you don't think you're good.
But you already know you're better than everyone. You made that claim, bro.
Yeah, but I'm talking about 2017.
Yeah.
Which one am I looking at? 2017. Like, let's be honest. There wasn't like. I was the only one spending that much money and time, like, because I was the only one who had the money to make the records like that tight. Like, I got them mixed by like Rob Kanelski, Speeding. Yeah. I carved it. Like, I was the only one with those resources and the willingness to do it in Australia at that time.
Yeah, Speeding was a special project, man. It's a really, really cool body. That track with J-Wall, man.
Which one?
With Japanese Wallpaper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that was still going.
That was cool. Yeah.
That's still going hard. Any moments you're proud of, bro? That you look back and you're just like. When you're not all day, when you're Tom.
As Tom, of all day, you mean?
Yeah.
All day moments. You know what? I'm just proud of being able to still do it. You know what I mean? And like people come and go, but like for me, it's about know how good you're doing, about how long you've been doing good. You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
So like,
I like that.
All I can really do is make music. That's like my skill. So for me, it's like I take pride in like taking the ups and the downs and just like keeping on the track. And I'm proud that that people feel connected to my shit.
Yeah, that's cool. That's special. And what's the next chapter look like?
Just dropping lots of music. Trying to make inroads overseas. More, keep going back to UK, keep going back to USA, hopefully, and just making more classic jams.
Yeah, that's what we're about. Well, we're excited and we appreciate you coming down, have a chat, go check out the new project, out now, 4 tracks, and we've got a lot of new music to come from all day. So lock in, get excited, and we out.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
That's a different figure. Everything was sweet until they sipped the liquor. We were out of train because we couldn't go home. How can I